I'm jacked.
I'm jacked to the max.
Looks as good as on paper. We're in the kill zone, pal. We're locked and loaded.
Hi there guys, welcome back into the London session here. 27th of February, Bitcoin off the charts, absolutely monster move. Okay, so let's have a look at this 1 hour range. Let's have a look at some data points in the TRDR console. Let's have a little look at ETF flow volume. Okay, then we're going to have a look at a couple of little alts and see where we can possibly go in the next 24-48 hours. Okay, so here we are, Bitcoin trending, 1 hour range, consolidation, slight move down. So yesterday, upon seeing this initially when I woke up, it was interesting to see that when I woke up, I'm an early riser, 5 AM, 6 AM, that everyone was buying this dip straight away yesterday morning at 51.5, and really for me it was looking nice here, and you're at the range lows. It's certainly not anything you want to be diving into short. It, again, as always, it's preparation for if we sweep a little bit lower, where do we possibly go. We'd already had a nice move up here, and we're just holding that value area low of the range here. My thinking initially was, it'd be really nice to get a deeper cut down, bullish volume divs, clear some open interest, and then ramp up. Okay, it was just interesting earlier on. I mean, this was like 6 AM or something. Timeline buying dips on very weak Asian session open into low volume Euro session. Just chill and prepare for areas of interest. BTC needs to auction into value. So can you get better prices on alts? Okay, so yeah, initially waking up seeing that, I was all in favor of a deep cut, as a greedy speculator trader would be. You know, as price auction, you always want a little bit lower. Where did we go from there? Okay, so we did dip down in the just pre to the US session. It was a dip for ants, wasn't it? Not much going on there really, to be honest, as volumes ramping up into this. Okay, volumes ramping up. Open interest middling after it had been at some of these highs, and funding was really low as well. Okay, and then so this is pre-US session, just around my lunchtime here, and yeah, we just absolutely ripped. What I do just want to show you guys is the depth of book that we saw down there as well. Okay, so depth of book coming out of the European session, 400 million. Generally a few months ago I would have said that's really nice, but it's open to coming a little bit lower. But as we were pre-US session, so an hour, 2 hours before the US session, depth of book, just like over the weekend here, absolutely monster. 650, 700 million, and if you're just remembering that the new parameter we are hitting back at 38k was actually a billion aggregated depth. So yeah, 650, 700 million depth of book on the aggregated central exchanges there, as we, and you know, we just absolutely ripped up. So yeah, being greedy, would have been nice to get a little bit lower, sweep under 50k, wasn't to be. You have to flow with what the market gives you. Okay, so let's have a look at that 1 hour range on the trading view chart, and we can see even from last week's videos we were talking about this order block down here. This order block down here in that 50k region has just held. All we did is battle the POC over the weekend, kind of chop area, don't do anything in there. Come down, we've hit previous week value area low. Okay, so that was your best bid. You had 1, 2, 3, 4, about 4 hours to get in there from yesterday's session, and we've absolutely ripped. Okay, so let's have a look at where we can possibly go from here. Let's have a look at a few data points. I do want to have a look at one nice alt that everyone got a little bit excited about the move, and we'll review how you could have possibly seen that coming. Okay, so yeah, let's quickly jump in and just show you. I'm not going to do a mega deep dive into the BTC ETF flows and volume. There's some far more intelligent people out there than me who can deep dive this for you on Twitter and the like, so it's not for me to, you know, really deep dive into this. But just one thing of interest I wanted to note was that the early week sessions have been very strong. Okay, so obviously this was yesterday morning for the US guys, obviously not for me, it was kind of lunchtime yesterday. So very strong day on a Monday. Okay, then going back into the previous strong days, they've all been pretty much Mondays as well. Now the 20th here was Tuesday last week, okay, 19th being the US bank holiday, so day after the bank holiday. Okay, Wall Street back in the market, massive volume. And then previous to that as well, again, beginning of the week has been very, very, very strong, which is, it's nice to see. Does it continue? Remains to be seen. Mondays traditionally have been a little bit of a nothing day in legacy and in crypto. It kind of almost sets the range and you almost sweep the high or sweep the low. You know, it's always kind of a nice play, especially if you're a range trader. But yeah, just interesting to see that the start of the week has been very, very strong for some of these ETF flows. Okay, very, very strong. One thing I do want to highlight as well, saw this from the Great White Wolf on Twitter, was basically I do like this sentiment at the minute. You know, all of last week I don't think there was a lot to do, especially with your spot bags. Really, you were trending up, consolidating, and you know, we're pretty much looking for consolidation. You know, yesterday I'd have liked a little bit lower in the bid, but it wasn't to come. Simply sit quietly in a room and watch the numbers go up without over clicking buttons. Don't overcomplicate things for yourself. I do see on a lot of the socials people watching 15-minute candles, half an hour candles, and overthinking it too much. You know, I've not seen a major amount of supply in the market yet. We are trending, ranging, continuation at the minute. Okay, let's just chill out a little bit and play the moves as they come. Hopefully everybody's spot bags are doing really, really well. Just don't overwork yourself if you are trading derivatives. Capo in the headlines again, nice one. Right, quick top down on trading view, and then we are going to dive in some data and see what we can possibly get. So yeah, Dixie is on traditional legacy markets. Dixie's churning this zone out. This could obviously get broken, or we're just going to rotate lower here. Nvidia gives no flying fucks about sellers and bears. It's up only, and S&P mini futures just grinding up. Coinbase is actually ripping as well as along of the other blockchain stocks. So really, really nice. I am kind of, you know, at the highs. For me, I've said this before, it's almost preparation. I don't like to get over bullish at highs. It's nice to enjoy these gains and sit back, relax, don't over click buttons, but just prepare for what you want to do next. And yeah, no expert on the legacy markets whatsoever, but yeah, we are running all-time highs absolutely all over the place. Okay, quick top down then. Weekly chart on Bitcoin, absolutely brilliant. As you can see, 20% or so from the all-time high here, your next big order block on the weekly. Just fighting a higher time frame 786 there, halving not far away. You know, even if you chop here for a few weeks, this chart looks really, really good. Don't get overly bearish. If you do pull back, you could pull back to some extreme levels and still be trending hard. Okay, daily chart again, absolutely ripping. Not a lot to see here, no daily order blocks, because we're just you know, we're just flying up here. Any pullbacks, just be aware of the levels. We are leaving them behind at the minute, but you've got some daily MPOCs, daily and weekly MPOCs. If we get pullbacks, you know, just be aware of them. Let's just scroll left and see where we are. Okay, so this is your previous all-time high just appear. Few order blocks do appear a little bit later on. But this is where, so we've wiped all this area. We churned in here for a little bit, okay, didn't we? So we had our kind of December 6-week range as we're chewing up this area where there was a little bit more volume. But this is where we are now, okay, so 55k, and we can just see, yeah, I mean, it's historical, isn't it? But we can just see what previous resistance we've got. Is it previous resistance because it's a couple of years ago? Probably not. You know, probably not. The only thing you're going to probably get now is people taking a little bit of profit and then just bidding it if it comes down a little bit lower, you know. You know, historically, yes, okay, we're hitting these zones, we're hitting some higher time frame resistance slightly, but new parameters really, I would say, especially with some of the flows we're seeing in the market. Okay, 4-hour chart, not a lot to see here. Just something to state is that, you know, that order block there was still defended from last week. 4-hour 50 AMA held there, lows of the range held, and we push up really, really good. And we looked at the 1 hour. 1 hour, really good. Order block holding. Weekly open right down here now. Do we get some violence? This is just a weekly VWAP as well here, back at 53. Do we get some violent drop? I'm not seeing it at the minute, but let's dive in and get some raw data from the TRDR console and see what we can decipher. Okay, so let's jump in. Yep, so here we are. Let's have a look at volume and OBC just quickly. Let's go to the volume. I'm just going to go to the OBC as well. Okay, so I'm right here. Yep, so pushed out the range, really nice. Volume ramping up. Just be aware that when we hit these highs on volume and open interest, it can sometimes signify a little bit of a local top. Okay, so yeah, don't be surprised if we don't pull back. We'll have a look at the top levels and the OBD in a second and see where we could possibly pull back to. At the minute, your biggest limit orders, resting orders in the book at 57k. Another area to be aware of is just over 57k, okay, to up to 57.5. You've got this liquidity gap here, okay, just watch the OBC tutorial video if you're not aware of that. You've got a liquidity gap here that can create wick space. Absolutely no doubt. To the downside now, you've got people chasing this, and you're going to have a shit ton of order blocks to the downside, to be honest. I'm not even going to look at that yet. If we start to rotate down, then I'll have a look at this in more depth. But at the minute, yeah, it's a little bit all over the place. 56k is your biggest resting bids at the minute on Binance Spot. Any further down then from there, 55k, and that's, you know, it's not too far away. Okay, it's not too far away. Let's have a look at what various exchanges are doing. Okay, so yeah, something to note, we've come from big demand down here. Okay, so this was just European session, as I say. We came down into US session, hit just under 700 mil depth on the aggregated. We're just now starting to see our first aggregated supply zone. Okay, let me just go to a 15-minute chart here. So just on Bitfinex at the minute, everyone getting excited about this one yesterday. I'm not sure if these got filled or pulled. Let me know in the comments if you were watching that at the time. But yeah, Bitfinex USDT, they had some supply and then they've just walked price up, and now they're just slightly covering here with a little bit more supply. USD, I think they did pull those orders. Okay, so we did hit a bit of spot supply here, so there was a group spot alert there. I think there was a Bitfinex supply alert there that I shared in some of the socials as well. But then I think they pulled this, and you can see now they've just dropped another limit order in here. Okay, so hedging their positions. Let's go and have a look at Binance. So Binance, again, we saw that in the OBC, but Binance covering 57k. All right, so level to be aware of. Just be aware of any wick space up beyond that. Okay, no resting limit orders above at the minute. What's Coinbase Pro doing? Coinbase Pro, they were selling into here, and they did fill some orders in here as well, but then pulled that one again at 55. And again, USDT limit orders pushing up. Okay, so you've got willing bidders here. If we do come down, areas of interest, make a note of them. Where do you want to bid if we do come down, and getting a nice harsh wicks to take out a bit of these over leveraged longs that we're chasing up in here. All right. Qcoin, okay, so these guys have a really nice chart. So yeah, they're in a supply zone as well. So yep, for me, definitely not an area to be chasing long, especially in this Euro session. Relax, don't push too many buttons, as the Great White Wolf says, and just look for areas of interest. And if Bitcoin does hold up here, some of your alts are probably going to play well. All right. Something to note as well was Binance Perps yesterday was full on bid. Okay, they were absolutely, at one point I think they were triple banding here, really bidding this up. All three ratios in here from 2.5 beyond was up at like 50% ratio. Okay, if you're not familiar with the ratios, if you're new to the console, drop on the link below, get yourself a free trial, and then jump into some of the Academy tutorials and jump onto my YouTube tutorials as well. Okay, I won't deep dive into this now, but Perps was absolutely on full send here. What's interesting to see is this wick space you've got right up to 57.8. Okay, not saying that's determining a local top, but could be. So what did it wick there? 57.7ish, let's call it. What did it wick on spot? 56. Oh, all right, okay, that is interesting then. Okay, yeah, big perps wick. That's interesting to see. Let's see if we can go and fill some of this, and then you might be able to hedge a little bit of a better spot perps short position. I'm not seeing anything now. I would wait in confluence with the OBC and maybe fill a bit of this wick space if you were inclined to hedge a bit of a short position, but I'm not seeing anything right now, and as I say, not in this Euro session, but we'll see. But perps coming off the gas now. They've got a level here at 51. Okay, so that'd be nice to see. Bit of a drop there if you are going to get that, but yeah, aggregated supply there on BTC. No real reason to chase this now. Let's see what the US session brings again on this Tuesday. Okay, just dropping into the multiverse. One coin I did want to go and visit. ETH. Okay, ETH levels down to 3,100 now on USDT. No real depth, and didn't actually move as much as Bitcoin yesterday. So yeah, we'll see. They've got a level up there as well at 3.5, so that's nice to see. One coin I did want to drop and just have a look at you guys with was UNI. If you're familiar with me in the socials, I was shilling UNI a while back, and it is a slow moving boat, isn't it? So yeah, but basically I just wanted to show what UNI's been doing over recent days, weeks, months. Okay, so in confluence with the data that we see on TRDR. Okay, so UNI basically in a downtrend. I was shilling this for months, right back here. Downtrend. Forms this big range, breaks the range high, so you break in supply immediately there. Obviously I'm just on a daily chart. You break in higher time frame supply there, you come back, okay, you test the higher time frame trend line, okay, you hit a 1 day order block down in the 5.6 region. If you weren't in the trade then, you then start to move back up, okay, so you then visit in old resistance levels, and if you just look at what you do here, it's absolutely perfect. So just a fixed range pull here, value area high right here at the $7 region. You then push back up, you hit the supply zones again, you're almost testing the sellers and saying, okay, yeah, do you want it again, do you know? Then you come back, the rest of the market came back down at this point, and we will zoom into this. You tickle the value area high, okay, so a resistance to support flip at the $7 region, and you absolutely send. So yeah, people kind of like looking at UNI in a bit of shock and awe, and oh, why is this happening? Don't worry about it. It is what it is. Don't worry about why something's happening. Have a think about what is happening, and it's the same on Bitcoin yesterday, as well. We'd like a lower bid because we're auctioning, it's like a big marketplace auctioning. I want a lower price. Is it going to come? No. Okay, well, why is it not coming? Don't worry about it. What's happening now? It's getting bid up. Great. Okay, do I need to get in the market now, or do I need to wait a little bit, So just wanted to highlight this one on UNI. Really, really nice solid chart on UNI as well. Came back, hit that value area low. Just go to a 4 hour there. As the EMA trending as well. Let's go to a 1 hour. Yeah, and there you go. So there's our line for the value area low. You had a nice few hours to get in here at that $7 region as well. What kind of confluence could you bring on that? You need some pure raw data from the TRDR console. Let's jump into there. 6.9 to $7 region, absolute mega spot bid. What do you do? Okay, so you're looking at the classic T8. It's holding. You go for your long. I'm just on the multiverse chart here. I'm not going to zoom in too much. You put your stop below the fat top level here. Okay, so you've got a 2.5 rough chart here, 2.5% risk. What happens? Top level absolutely holds. I'm going to have to zoom in a little bit here. Right? A top level holds. You're not invalidated in the slightest. Bit of a top level supply there. That you kind of always get that. You kind of always get that when you're about to break resistance. But your top level holds. You're not invalidating anything in the slightest. And we absolutely send. I can't remember what this was, but it was like a 50 or something % move. Top levels move up, really nice. You want to see that. So what level's that at? $10. Okay, yeah, so coming down a little bit now, but just wanted to highlight that on Uni. Absolute mega send. Nothing to see here. It's probably going to, even if it comes down a little bit more, it's probably going to do a link, Sol, AVAX, probably going to consolidate a little bit more and then continue. All right, so yeah, absolute mega chart. And I do just want to highlight the fact that there are very many more coins out there like that. Again, if they've got the narrative, I'm just roughly picking through a few charts here that I've got drawn up there. Stuff like Gala, downtrend, back testing, and we send. Okay, so don't chase these charts, but just be aware of some levels that they could possibly pull back to and send to. Absolutely tons of them. I've talked about Doge before. Not interested in Doge whatsoever, but it's a really nice daily chart. Have a look at that one. What's FTM doing? Yeah, I mean, you know, obviously I'm very zooming out, but it's just some really nice charts. NKN, another one, absolute mega chart. Value area high here, it's starting to break resistance. It back tested the value area high again here, and it's on its way. Again, don't chase these charts, but just be aware of them and levels to get into if they want to start performing in the next few months. Again, Algo, not sure if the project is still live on Algo, but this one's not even broken yet, so you could wait for a break, test, and then get in. Let's just do the old fixed range. A bit dubious where you would pull this from. I'm going to do a big one from there. Yep, so that's your obvious resistance there, value area high there at the 0.25 level where you've just got these one-day order blocks. Very nice chart there. Yeah, and many more out there. Not sure what Flo's doing actually. Why have I come on to that one? Yeah, again, you know, you're zooming out, but there's tons of these charts, guys. Just be aware of those that you would want to get in on. Okay, so we'll call it a day there for now. We will be live in the US session. Okay, we'll do a live on YouTube again. Join us there. If you find in the videos and the live sessions of any use in any shape or form, the data we provide in the TRDR console and the like, just please give it a share and give it a like. It's nice to bring this to people, and we hope it just gives some edge and advantage to your daily market trading, because it certainly does for us. Couldn't live without this data. Alright guys, live in the US session on YouTube at the US Open. Cheers guys, bye.
Fugazi, Fugazi, it's a Wazi, it's a Woozy, it's a fairy dust.